Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So we're gonna start doing some Christmas kind of themed thing. I was like, I don't know what to make, and I wanted something different. I'm getting bored with my molds, so I pulled out this Christmas stocking, and this has a lot of detail on it. So what I figured we would do is I've got some different glitters pulled out, and I have some green. So I'm gonna fill in some of these areas with the UV resin, and we're gonna cure it, and then I'm going to back it in a color, which I think is gonna be a red. So I've just got some little cups out, and we're just going to kind of mix up some, different colors, and we'll get them cured, and I don't know, we'll see how it comes out. I wanted to try this last year, and I never got around to it. So I'm like, well, why don't we do it this year? So that's what we're doing. So I know it's probably too early for some of you, but I did just sign up for a craft fair for the end of November. So I do need to, up some of my Christmas items. So I'm like, yeah. And that's my favorite time of year anyways, so I enjoy doing Christmas themed. All right. Oh, I gotta pull my chair in a little bit here so I can get a little closer. So I've just got my, this is the high viscosity. I don't think I'm gonna need the high viscosity, so let me see. I'll just grab some of the regular UV resin. Some of the areas I might need it, but so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do this swirl in gold, the dots, and the center of these flowers I'll do in the gold glitter. And then we'll get that cured, and we'll move on to another color. And I don't think they're going to, take that much. But I am just going to put a bunch in. I'm just going to use one of my scribes. And I don't know. We'll see how it looks. Because I did this last year, and I think I just used, like, colored UV resin. I didn't, like, do the glitter. So, I figured why not? Whoa. So I make a mess, and I haven't even started, guys. All right. And I've got more stuff in here again. Wow. Is this how my night is going to go? Should I just say the heck with it and go to bed? All right, I'm going to keep that to the side because I'm sure I'm going to be needing it. All right, so let's start down here. And I'm going to just take a little bit out of that. That was just a smidge much. All right. So basically, we're just kind of dotting some in. I don't want too much. I don't want it to, like, overflow, but I do want the spots to kind of be full. And maybe I should like do a bunch and then kind of set them just so they're not draining. You know what I mean? And then we'll give it a good cure with the curing machine. So I figured I'd just do one. I do have 4 ounces of resin warming in my Resiners warmer so that I won't have a big problem with bubbles. And I'm just using the Resiners UV, not UV, the regular epoxy. So I got a cup with 2 ounces and another cup with 2 ounces in it. So I figured that way it's going to be warm when we, you know, mix it. It shouldn't have a lot of bubbles. So I figured if I do all the dots first, then I can go through and do the lines. All right, and we'll just get those set a little bit. All right. And I think I'm gonna do the center of that green. So the only gold left we have is our swirly line. All right, and I'm gonna switch to the more narrow end. See how there's a bigger and a smaller? All right, I'm gonna try to zoom you in a little bit and try to stay so you can see what I'm doing. So, you know, this video might get a little long, guys, but I do, you know, want you to see the whole process. And you guys know, I don't know how to edit, and I'm just honestly too old to learn. So, oh, crap. I did not want to do that. Where's my pink rubbery thing? Of course, I can't find it, so I will just use this. And if there's a little bit of gold in that stem, I'm not going to fret. really... All right, I'm gonna take this. And let me just take a little micro brush with some alcohol and try to clean this out a little bit anyhow. You know, and it's glitter, so it's, you know, there's probably gonna be some rogue pieces, but, you know, we'll try to keep it as clean as possible. All right, let me just get that cured. Or at least set, not cured, but set. All right, and then we will just kind of now I'm gonna probably cure this or set this little section because it is kind of going downhill and I don't want it to drain out before I have a chance to cure it. So just like that. So if there is anything you guys have seen me make and would like to see me make it a different way, put it in the comments, guys. Give me some ideas. You know, I'm getting over this cold. My brain is still not 100%. I mean, I do a little bit and I'm like exhausted. All right, let me set that. All right, so we're almost done with the gold. And like I said, I had a feeling I knew I made too much, but I can just set it aside and do something else. All right, and then we've just got that little line. Right there. If I could keep it in the line, I'd be doing good. All right, let me get that last little bit and then we'll set the gold aside. And let's do, all right, we got a little bit of green in here. I'm going to do the center in green, and maybe I'll do the ribboning green on that present that's there. All right, so let's mix up a little bit of green. And I'm going to use way less because I have, now I don't know where I got this green, guys. I've just had it forever, so I can't put a link to this. And the other glitters are glitters that I got at Michael's. So if I can find this mold, I will link that. But as far as the glitters, I don't know where I got this one. I know the other ones I got all at Michael's, so especially the red, because that's my favorite red. And I am going to do the stem. Set that so it doesn't run. All right, so my warming is done, but it's okay sitting there because they're in 2 separate cups. So and I'm hoping there's enough, that I put enough glitter that it's gonna show on the other side. The only thing I'm not sure of is like the tulips, what color to color those. So that I am not 100% sure. So we've got this one right here. And then we'll do the green on the present, and in the center of that, you know, and hopefully that I won't have a whole bunch of stuff to redo when I demold this. You know, hopefully I pick decent colors. And we'll do just the X of the present. I mean, it's been you know, a whole year since I've done this, so I can't really remember what it, you know, looks like. All right, so so I'm gonna do those in white, the candy cane pieces in white, these flowers in white. All right, so we'll put this one aside and let's mix up the white. I guess we have quite a bit of white, so wipe off my green. And this is like a like an iridescent white. It has some like green to it, so hopefully it looks okay. All right, so I guess we'll start down here at the bottom. And I know this one's going to be hard for you guys to see. So I'll probably do like a couple and then set it. Because I don't want it to run down. Like that one is kind of running down. So we're going to set it real quick. Just enough so it doesn't move. That's the only thing that I want. And I don't care if I go over the gold because the gold, you know, is already on the front. But I do want to make sure that each flower is full. And then I have to be careful because I don't want to dislodge any of these, because then when I pour my bulk color, that could get underneath, and I don't want that. So I'm going to pour this in red, I think. We're going to give it a nice red stocking. So this is going to be the longest part, is just getting these colors in. And then the rest is we're going to mix it and pour it and wait. Forgot one flower. Forgot one down here. That would have been a bummer. And I am going over the center because I want to make sure that the, you know, the white is all the way around it. So we'll do the candy canes and the candy, because I was gonna do the red, but I'm like, the red is gonna be these high parts, so I might as well do those white. Oh, I want to make sure I'm in frame here for you guys. I have to remember when I zoom you guys in that I gotta check more often to make sure that I'm, you know, still in frame for you guys. And then we have the other two, the two candy canes and that candy. And then we'll go in with the red. I think I'm gonna do the the tulips in red, but it's gonna be a red glitter, and I'm hoping it will show up. I'm gonna have to make a little bit more. Put a squirt in. Definitely not a lot. I almost forgot that little spot. Okay. Set that real quick. All right, so we just got the two little candy canes sections. All right, so we got just the red left, and then we'll mix up our red. And the red's gonna be a different red, so I'm hoping, you know, that'll show up different. All right, let's set that. Throw that one out because there's nothing left. And let's get our red. All right, so we're gonna do the bow in the red, the flower in the red, and these in red. And I think we will be good. I'm gonna put a little bit more. This is my favorite red. This is called Garnet. And it is just the most beautiful red for glitter. I'm just going to set that corner piece because it's wanting to roll down. And again, this is going to be one where I hope and pray, you know, that the other red shows through. I should have probably put some white in there, but I'm just going to go with my initial idea and see what happens. If we have to use some paint markers, then we will have to use some paint markers. I don't know if, I think this is part of a ribbon on a box, but we're gonna make it red anyways, just to be on the safe side. All right. Now, I'm getting some red here. Well, maybe I'll just take my baby wipe after. Let's get the flower in and get this curing. And then I can get my resin mixed. And I'm not going to put this on in the curing machine. I'm just going to let it cure overnight. It's fairly late. I almost didn't know if I was going to have the energy to do another video today, but I did. I'm feeling better. It's just I get tired real easy. And the minute I move, I can't breathe. And I'm gonna need just a smidge more because I forgot I was doing those other flowers. So I'll just mix up a smidge more. And then we will get this curing and we'll get our resin mixed up. All right, so and I'm hoping I didn't use too much glitter so that it will still cure through. And I'm making these layers fairly thin, so I'm hoping I'm good. So we're almost at 4,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much. All right, got one more here. All right. So let's move this back here. And I'm going to put that on at 5 minutes. And I'm going to grab my 2 things of resin. So they should be all nice and warm now. I do want to wipe my cups because I have to mix these together. So I just put them in a cup and set them in the water, turned it on, and just kind of let it do its thing. And I'm hoping 4 ounces is enough. All right, so I'm just gonna use our Resiners mixer. I love this thing, guys. So it'll do, it's counting down from 90 seconds. I'll do it one more time where it's only 4 ounces. I'm pretty sure that will be fine. And then I have to also mix my color in, so that'll give it, you know, another minute or so. So it should be fine. And I do got to move this down at some point here because I want to make sure that I get the foot part curing as well. Yeah, the candy canes kind of threw me. I was like, what color do I, you know, color them in, or do I just do the white? So I'm like, I'll just do the white. All right. And I think I'm just going to use the red from Eye Candy. I think that red is going to be a good red. Just throw that cup out. I like this one because it has the timer on it counting down, so you know how long you've got basically. With the other, I have 2 other ones, but they don't have a timer on them. Well, the Let's Resin does, but I like this one with the light. And I like that it goes just in one direction. All right, 1. There we go. And let me get my stick. Scoot off as much as I can. All right. So I'll wipe that. And then I'm going to spray it. And we're going to wipe it again. This one is a little bit harder to clean because it's so swirly, but I love it. So don't forget, guys, I do have a discount code if any of you did want to get yourself one. All right, so no, it's going to be the May Spring that we're using. No, it's not even May Spring. It's Tecaroos. We're going to use this red because it's more of like a it's a brighter red than the reds that we used, if that makes any sense. And I am going to put quite a bit. I want it definitely to be opaque. Now it feels weird because it feels so warm in my hand, but that's from it being in the bath. So I'm like freaking out, like, oh my God, it's curing in my cup, but I gotta remember that I put it in the warm bath. All right, I think that will be good. All right. And we've cured that good. I'm just going to ever so carefully try and wipe some of the glitter out of here. I'm not doing a lot because I don't want to dislodge anything. Every time I try this technique, I end up dislodging something, and I don't want to do that. Crap, the one thing I did want to do was I did want to do white on this bottom part, but I'm not going to bother now. All right. And we're just going to pour this and see, and hopefully I have enough. Oh my gosh, am I gonna be short? You know what? It could have used another ounce, but I'm not going to worry about it. Because I just don't have it to do the whole process, heat it up, you know, so we don't have bubbles and all that for an ounce. So we're gonna just go with it. All right. But there's like virtually no bubbles that I could see at all. I am going, and I didn't even spray it first like a dummy. I will spray that. And now we're just gonna wait, and we're gonna let this cure, and we will see what it looks like in the morning, guys. All right, so, and I did one video and my thumb broke out. So I'm like, well, I'm hoping maybe it's just because I'm dehydrated because I haven't felt good. But my thumb, yeah, my thumb started splitting. So, yeah, see? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know anymore, guys. All right, I will see you guys when it's time to demold this. Bye, guys. Alrighty, guys, this is all cured. And I'm dying to see how it came out. And like I said, it probably could have taken another maybe 2 inches, 2 ounces, 2 inches. But because there's no like detail that was missing, I wasn't too worried about it. Oh, that's pretty. It is a little sticky. I'm gonna have to put it underneath the UV light. But that is really pretty. Okay. I love that different colored red in there. That came out really, really good. Got no bubbles. So let me just get this light, and we're gonna give this a couple of seconds. And then I'm going to, I do want to do like that little trim in the white. Let me just see what I have for metallic marker colors that maybe I could do a different, I definitely got to get more markers. I don't have many to choose from. All right, I guess we'll try the oil. It's more the red glitter is what's a little tacky. But, you know, that's okay. I finally did it without screwing up and having the color go underneath the, you know, the stuff that I already had there. All right, let me get this cured and I will be right back. Okay, so while that was curing, I realized I missed a spot here. And this is part of the rope, not the rope, but the present tie. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to make some more of the white. I'm going to put it here and we'll cure it. That way I can fix that and I can fix this. And I think that will look really pretty. Okay, so I am gonna get a cup, and we only are gonna need like a little bit. I'm gonna do the white first because I have more of the white to do. And I'm gonna get my dotting tool. And let me get my light ready. So it's ready to go. We're going to put a little bit of this white glitter in. And we're going to definitely need more white. Just going to wipe the bulk of that off. Let me put a glove on one hand here. Just to be on the safe side, because, you know, my delicate little fingers. Hopefully that ain't too much. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's better. And I'm gonna set that real quick. So this one here, we might, I maybe should have used the high viscosity on this one, but too late now. So we might have to do, you know, little cure spots here. If we feel like it's running too much. All right, I'm gonna set that. So we could have probably did this, you know, well, we couldn't have done it after the whole thing because it's the raised bits. But we could have just colored the pieces after, you know, with a marker, but I just wanted it kind of glittery. Okay, we'll get this other side done. And this way here, it will kind of bring the whole thing together. What would have been really, really pretty is doing the stocking in that red glitter and then other colors, you know, around it. So we might revisit this. Somewhere down the road. And you know what I think I'm gonna do is in between this bow, I'm gonna put some of this white just to kind of break up that, that little bit of bow in there. Just to kind of help have this bow stand out just a little bit. Okay, so now we've got to do just a little bit of the red. And we have a little bit there and there. So it's like gonna be minute. And move that. Grab another cup. All right, so. Should be enough. All right, so we've got this little area. And this little area. All right, let me see how this looks. Much, much better. Much, much better. I mean, if we wanted, we could color the boxes, but I really don't see really a need for it. Oh, you know what? I think that is also part of the ribbon. It is. So, let me... I mean, literally like 2 drops. And then I'll just set it back under the big UV light. And it will be done. So yeah, what do you think? I think it came out really, really cute. I mean, I could go in here and do a little bit more on the top of the white, which I maybe do, but I'll do that off camera just to keep it at a good ratio here. Alrighty, guys, that does it for this video, and I will see you on the next. Bye, guys.